We're excited about this house. It's going to be a gorgeous spot. We are in the installation phase. The clients wanted to pick a high character grade for the flooring and the ceiling. This piece is actually pretty plain, but there's a lot of them with knots, old nails that stain the woods. It's going to look phenomenal. We just got the bluestone floor done in here. This floor, we actually dropped down 2 inches more than the rest of the floor, so that by the time we get from this thick bluestone back to the hardwood, we have zero threshold, just transfers right from one to the other.
One of the things I love about the way Omnibuild builds is all of those finer details. How every room mixes with every other room, how every window mixes with the floor, mixes with the doors, that it's really fine-tuned so that everything comes together in this wonderful cohesive flow.
We've talked on a previous video some about the start of the rough-in, the walkthrough, some of the decision-making. That ties in with the selections that Jessie and her team help with. The next step after that is when rough-ins are completed. Now, when I say rough-ins, I'm talking about all the wiring in the walls, all the framing, all the placement of blocking, everything that leads into the finishes the way that we've set them with our clients in our contract and in our spec sheet. Here's an example of, we've finished our lighting layout, we've got our speaker placements, we've got everything out here ready to go. In a week or two, we're going to be bringing in the ceiling finishes and getting that completed. Typically, once you have ceiling finishes up, you don't want to go back in and say, hey, let's add a light, let's change this. So this is the time where we walk through with clients, we go through our checklist multiple times, make sure that everything's in place, photograph it so we have a reference of where it goes, and then get into finishes.
So fun to see the rough-in, and then the drywall goes on, and then now it's time to make everything pretty.
Yes. It's always a fun phase for our clients too, because rough-ins are dirty, there's decisions to be made, it's a lot of moving parts. It's fun to walk through your house, but you don't see the finishes yet. It's all theoretical. And as soon as drywall goes up, colors go in, flooring goes down, the whole project is coming together.
That's when it starts feeling like a home.
We are a couple weeks away from starting the siding on this house. We just got the roof completed. We've got all the stonework on the outside completed, at least the majority of it. The siding on this house is going to be a rough sawn hemlock with a chestnut stain. We've put this on multiple projects. It looks awesome.
You can see this orangish color on the zip system that sheathes the house. The clients were coming up, driving up their long, pretty driveway, and they thought, I think a reddish, orangish roof would look good. And sure enough, that's what they ended up with. Go with your gut. I tell people functionality is, of course, important. Price, of course, is important. But how does it feel when you look at that paint color? How does it feel when you look at that siding? Because we know when we're comfortable with something, that's the right thing. When we have a little bit, we're like, I'm just not sure. It's probably not the right one.
Oftentimes, we'll talk through preliminaries and an early on idea. After exploring different options is what we'll come back to a lot of the time. Feel free to follow along. We've got a lot of cool videos coming up.
Whatever you're interested in, we're probably building something in that family of houses, so we'd love to have you follow our journey.